Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk number 45, and as you can tell by the time, it is a random one. I've been out and about today. Obviously didn't have a transfer talk yesterday, not much to talk about, and so today I've been out and about, was having a meal with the family, get back, check my phone and see that the timeline is an absolute meltdown about Marouane Fellaini leaving the club. Could it actually be true that Marouane Fellaini is leaving Manchester United? Is it bullshit? What is going down? We're going to try and dig into that today on McKola TV on this live stream and find out if Marouane Fellaini is actually about to leave Manchester United. Now, before I go anywhere with this, thank you all for joining me, by the way. The numbers are growing as we speak. As what I will say about Marouane Fellaini is, I don't want to disrespect him here. We're not talking about, I don't hate Marouane Fellaini, is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people really, really hate him. And I can see why that is the case, even though I don't agree. Because United in the last 3 to 4 years have been on a decline. The way he came in that transfer window under David Moyes, it left a lot of people not happy, and he became kind of a scapegoat for the mediocrity at Manchester United. But one thing about Marouane Fellaini that I will always say is that under Moyes, under Louis van Gaal, under Jose Mourinho, he has always been a key figure. And there has to be a reason for that. And that reason is that Marouane Fellaini works hard for his shirt. He trains hard and he does what the manager tells him. We know he's scored some crucial goals in semi-finals for Manchester United over the last year or two. And he's had crucial moments for Manchester United. But if Marouane Fellaini did leave, I wouldn't be that upset. Although I'm not of the opinion that I'm happy to see him leave. I'm really excited. And when I seen the news, I was like, hey, when I seen the news that Marouane Fellaini was going to Galatasaray, first things first, I thought, that can't be true. Surely we're not going to let Marouane Fellaini go when we're actually looking for a midfielder. We need to sign a midfielder, so why would we let one go? Does that mean we're bringing 2 more in? Does that mean Jose is confident of bringing his 1 in? Does that mean that we're going to give the likes of Fosu, Mensah and Andreas Pereira a chance? I'm not too sure what that kind of means at the moment, but we'll get into it anyway. I'm going to read some of your comments first, and then we're going to talk about where this rumour has come from to try and decipher if it is real or not, if it's actually going to happen. Mark says, fair play to Marouane for trying his best. I don't think he has the talent and it's time to go, but no one should hate him. Gov says, as long as he's not starting week in, week out, I'm happy to have him. He can do a job for us. Abdullah keeps it more simple. He says, buy tree. Callum says, where's my shoulders at? I know, mate. Yeah, camouflage is good, innit? Andy and Timbo all day, says Marco. Could the media be being bored, Sicilian? I've said this before. The media are very bored at the moment. But this has come from Turkey. This hasn't come from England. So it's not the English press being bored anyway. But the rumours are, and I'll give you those rumours now. So at the moment, Ajanspor, a Turkish outlet, are running the story that he had agreed personal terms with Galatasaray and they had beat off the competition of Trabzonspor. Now it's being widely reported on a number of Turkish media channels, so not just Ajanspor, that it is a done deal and he has signed a 5-year deal. So these that are no longer going as far as saying he's agreed personal terms but no fee has been agreed. These have gone as far as to say that a 5-year contract has already been signed by Marouane Fellaini, and everywhere I read say that these guys are accurate. Now, Nelly's saying the story is a complete turkey. He's going nowhere. And that could very well be the case, because I still can't get my head around the fact that Jose Mourinho would let a player go when we are looking for midfielders. Everyone noticed that the sirens were there. I didn't think you'd have heard them as I switched them off quite quickly, but you obviously did. We've got around 450 people in the house at the moment. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to McKola TV if you haven't already as well. Marouane Fellaini, is he about to leave Manchester United? Now, Aaron Solhouse says, what's the fee? And there has been no fee rumoured. But what I would say is Marouane Fellaini has 1 year left on his contract with the option for an extra year. Now, Sport Witness, who are generally reliable, are saying Fellaini has 1 year left on his Man United deal. Galatasaray would try a very cheeky price, or perhaps even on a loan deal if United were to trigger that extension. Aaron says we need that 27.5 million back. Are we really going to get that? I mean, we're talking with Galatasaray here. We're not talking with some of the, the Chinese clubs or anything like that. Sport Witness, who are very reliable, also say Galatasaray seem to be using Marouane Fellaini to pressure Osmanlispor over Badu and Dier, who they've offered around 6 million euros for. Osmanlispor want more, so the Galatasaray line now seems to be, if we don't get him, we'll get Fellaini, who costs more. So it could also be a mind game between Galatasaray and Osmanlispor using Marouane Fellaini to then say, look, you need to put your price down lower on Ndiaye, otherwise we're going to go elsewhere and spend that money on Marouane Fellaini. Over 500 people involved now. Thank you all for getting involved on Adam McKola TV. If you are new to Adam McKola TV, then do hit that like button. We're very, very close to 37,500 at this moment in time, and we've got a target of 40,000 by the beginning of the Premier League campaign. Will Fellaini still be here at the beginning of that Premier League campaign? Pablo thinks a £20 million fee would do good. 15 to 17, says Luke. What do I think would be a fair price for Marouane Fellaini? I agree, around £20 million, particularly in this market. If it was for any less, you're thinking, what the hell's going on there? Because this is a player that would interest a few clubs. He's not a bad player, especially for someone like Galatasaray. He's not old. He's still got a few years ahead of him. And look at the market. Look at this market at this moment in time. Crazy figures for players. So to see us sell him for cheap would be crazy. GGMU says, what have I missed, lads? So basically what we're talking about at the moment is these Turkish reports that have come out. Initially, there were reports from Ajanspor, who are supposed to be quite reliable. And they said Marouane Fellaini had agreed a move to Galatasaray. But further reports in Turkey have come out to say he's signed a 5-year deal. He has agreed a 5-year deal and he's going to join Galatasaray. So they're speaking about it as if it's a certainty. But I'm thinking, really? Really? Is it a certainty? Are United going to let a midfielder go when we're still in the shop for midfielders? Are we really going to do that? I just don't get it. If we are really going to do that, then it's crazy. Kevin Ashford says we want 50p a can of Lil and a bag of Maltesers. Sounds like a bargain. I could do with some Maltesers right now, actually. I'll have to stick to the can of ginger beer. Thanks for popping in anyway, Kev. Hope you're doing well, mate. Phil Dorado says Pepe. Why is Pepe coming up? I don't understand that one. Anyway, Fellaini looks Turkish, says James. Fellaini was too fashionable for United players, says Tommy Lightlips. Martin Mugo says he doesn't even score headers anymore. What's his role? It's true, he doesn't have a defined role at Manchester United. Is he a 6? Is he an 8? Is he a 10? What is he? He's not really a central defensive midfielder. He's not an attacking midfielder for us, really, because when we play him, the style of play completely changes. Now, it may be that Jose Mourinho last season wanted players he could rely on, wanted players that will fight for him, wanted players that will tactically do whatever they are asked. And he is one of those guys, like Ashley Young. Whatever the manager says, he will do it, and that's why they stay there. And yeah, you've got. Is Jose now thinking, look, we don't need him anymore. We're going to move forward without him. We're trying to play football in a different way. Because if you look at the way we've been playing football, Andreas Pereira's come onto the scene. He looks so silky on the ball. And when you look at Marouane Fellaini, you just think Pereira's got so much more footballing ability than him. And that's not being disrespectful. That is just me putting it out there that Pereira is so much better with the ball at his feet. Of course, Fellaini has that physical presence, that experience, etc. But despite some of the crucial goals, I think it is time up. Now, I've had a few good memories with Marouane Fellaini. I will say I have had a few good memories, and one of them's right here. Actually, can I get it out? If I can get this out, I'll get it out here. But it's not going to get out. I can grab that one in a minute. Anyway, Marouane Fellaini, if he does leave, I've had some great memories with him. I obviously interviewed him once for Full-Time Devils. And I remember going in there and just thinking, oh my days, Marouane Fellaini here. I wonder what this is going to be like. And he was very quiet, very guarded, very shy it seemed. And he's not the kind of Marouane Fellaini you expect when you see him on the pitch. This big imposing figure. And also his goal against Crystal Palace when we won 2-1. And we confirmed we were back in the Champions League under Louis van Gaal. If you remember, I jumped on the pitch by accident. And I celebrated with Marouane Fellaini, Ashley Young and Radamel Falcao. And let me just get something. 1 second. And if you haven't seen it, check this out. So that is what I will remember Marouane Fellaini for the most. And look, he signed it as well. He signed it when I met him. So I showed him that picture. I showed Marouane Fellaini that picture when I met him. And he signed it. But yeah, that is the Marouane Fellaini that I will remember. When he got that crucial goal against Crystal Palace. And I accidentally went on the pitch and celebrated with him. That was a great moment. But, like I say, this rumour may not be true. Marouane Fellaini may not be leaving. It's not confirmed yet. It's still rumours. And like Sport Witness say, Galatasaray are in the bidding for Osmanlispor's Badu and Dier. And they may be using Marouane Fellaini to get the fee knocked down on that price for Ndiaye. And that comes from Sport Witness. So, yeah, that's that one. We've got around 750 people in here at this moment in time. Thank you guys for jumping in. So, yeah, what are you guys think? I've seen your comments coming through about the picture now. It is quality, isn't it? I have to pinch myself when I look at it. I would love it if it was Giggs, Scholes and Beckham that I was celebrating with. But, obviously, it was Marouane Fellaini and Falcao. Falcao, I gave Falcao a hug and said, don't leave Manchester United. And do you know what he did? He left Manchester United. Thanks, Radamel. Thank you. How do I accidentally get on the pitch, says Bradley. So basically, this is what happened. Manchester United scored against Crystal Palace. And we were stood in the away end right at the front. We were stood right at the front of the away end. And as we've scored, obviously people push forward. And the gates burst open. And because the gates burst open and some people were pushing forward, a few of us have ended up on the pitch. Now, obviously, some have ran onto the pitch. I eventually did. I thought about it for a while, but I don't know what took over me. But yeah, it was just random. Anyway, that's what happened there. It was an accident. Jose will be depressed. And Kevin says, will I miss him? Look, I won't miss him. I'm not going to miss Marouane Fellaini because, of course, he's done good things for us. But I think Paul from Rankcast says it best, and he said it on a fan cam once. He said, it's the opportunity cost that Marouane Fellaini brings. The opportunity cost. Because yes, he does a shift for you at times. He's not bad at times. You know, he's not as bad as people make out. But when you're playing Marouane Fellaini, and you've got someone like Fosu Mensah on the bench, or Andreas Pereira on the bench, or we used to have Schneiderlin on the bench, Schweinsteiger. And when you're playing Fellaini over those players, it's just a little bit annoying. But then you've got to ask yourself, why was he playing over those players? Why was he playing over those players? And the reason he was playing over those players was because managers could rely on him to put in his shift, to put in a job, to do the task that they ask of him. He would work hard in training. He fought for his shirt. And you've got to think, yeah, imagine you're in any job, or particularly as a footballer, and you're playing in front of 70,000 people and you feel like these may not want me at the club. And you've got that feeling there. You know how difficult it must be for him to continue to do that and give his 100%. I think it's difficult. So you have to take your hat off to him. He's had to stand up against a lot of adversity at Manchester United, a lot of criticism, and a lot of it was unfair, and he still did his job. Chris says, don't lie, McKola, Fellaini's shit. Look, I don't think he's shit. I also don't think he's Man United quality. And that's why him moving is a good sign as well. That Manchester United are now becoming better. We don't need Fellaini anymore because we're going to get better. We're going to move forward. And that's great to see. That's what we want to see as Manchester United fans. United moving forward. The need for Fellaini no longer. But like I said, this might not be true, guys. We've got to wait and see. It might not be true. Let's see what the latest is at the moment. If anything's been coming out from elsewhere. But this is only this is only being reported in Turkey. Now, it's still possible we could sign Matic. Do you think we would have enough if we signed Matic and let Fellaini go? Do you think we would have enough? Marco says he's guilty by association because of Moyes, and I think that's a great point. The circumstances it was brought into the club kind of gave a negative feel from the outset. Kevin Morgan says he deserves more credit. Sam Olmwood sucks at penalties, says James. Yeah, his penalty was awful, doesn't it? Someone else said they want Fellaini to stay. Any news on Matic, says Kevin. At this moment in time, I haven't got anything, but we can do a little check, see what the latest is, can't we? Right, let's have a look. Yeah, there's a lot of places saying Matic is close to signing. Man United boss set for... So, Manchester United, this is from the Mail. In the last couple of minutes, they posted this at 10:30. So the Daily Mail posted this at 10:30, saying Manchester United will look to complete a £40 million transfer of Nemanja Matic from Chelsea next week. Chelsea have consented to allow the 28-year-old to join their Premier League rivals, but manager Antonio Conte ideally wants to bring in another midfielder before the transfer is signed off. So, if this is the case and Matic is on his way in, then Jose allowing Fellaini to leave makes more sense. This article, though, says Galatasaray have made an inquiry for United midfielder Marouane Fellaini. The 29-year-old is well liked by Mourinho, but the Belgian international knows his first team opportunities will be more limited once Matic arrives from Chelsea. So it could be a case that it is Marouane Fellaini's decision to leave Manchester United for regular first team football, which I'm sure you couldn't blame him at all. At 29 years old, he has to worry about his himself. Over 800 people in here now as well. Surely we can get the likes to over 400 likes. We've just got under 200. If half of you hit that like button, we'll have loads. So hit that like button right now. And of course, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. We have hit over 37,500 subscribers now. Of course, we want to hit 40k by the beginning of the Premier League campaign. Craig Featherby, how you doing? And thanks for joining us. S. Rabo Alu Alabintan says it's great stuff. Someone else said they feel sorry for the guy. Matic will be better than Fellaini, says Ellen, and I do agree that Matic is an upgrade on Marouane Fellaini. Why don't we go for Riyad Mahrez when Perisic costs the same amount, said Xavier. I think Jose wants someone that's a little less flaky than Riyad Mahrez, in the terms that Mahrez is much like some of the players we've already got, skillful, they try and dribble past players, they do all that, whereas I think Perisic is more direct. He's going to get more crosses into the box. He's going to feed the likes of Romelu Lukaku more. So I think that's a little bit different. Brad McNamee says Zlatan to re-sign. I think Jose Mourinho has already pretty much confirmed that one. Unless, of course, Zlatan suffers any setbacks, which we hope he doesn't. Faye says, am I sad if he leaves? If he leaves, I won't be sad, no. Of course, I don't hate him. I don't hate Marouane Fellaini, and I feel that the hatred that he gets is a little bit over the top. It kind of makes me love him a little bit more. Someone else said, open space for Pereira and Timbo. Caleb said that. Cillian, thanks for your comments. Shabazz, Kyle, thanks for your comments. Damien, how you doing? Liam says, any news on Perisic? No news on Perisic, but who saw his picture today? Another picture with him looking like he doesn't belong in the crowd. Mark says, I'm a band from Selhurst Park. No, I'm not. Perisic will be our best crosser of the ball since Beck, says Craig. I love David Beckham, so that's a big rating right there, mate. Nathan, I do not hate him, mate. Come on. You hate him. That's what you're saying. You just want me to be as bad as you. Don't try drag me down to your levels, mate. Platinum says, what do I think of Dion Dunker? I don't have much of an opinion on him, mate. Sorry to sound boring, but I don't know enough about him to give you a proper opinion on him. Only from what I've seen against United for Anderlecht. I don't want to start saying this, that and the other when I really don't know. I'm not about to pretend. Pablo says Matic or Matuidi. Matic for me, please. Verratti or Matic is saying it. I think Matic is probably what we need more, but Verratti is a better central midfielder than Matic. That's what I will say. But I think we need someone more like Matic than we do like Verratti. Haircut needed ASAP. Do you reckon, mate? It's not that bad. The sides ain't that bad, look. It's all good. Maybe if I trim the beard, it'll look alright. Watching the fights tonight, yes, I will be watching the Broner Garcia fight. I don't watch UFC, yeah, but if I'm awake, because I've got insomnia, I'll probably watch the Jones fight. But I don't usually, I'm not going to stay up for it. But if I'm up, I'll watch it. CBJ's best crossover of our ball since Beckham, says Matteo Cameron Beckham Jackson. Marouane Fellaini, says K. For one last, will it be the last time? Guys, we know that the Turkish press are reporting this as a done deal, but nothing is yet done. The Mail are still reporting that it's just an inquiry at this moment in time. Galatasaray are saying they've agreed terms with Fellaini, and they may well have agreed terms with Fellaini. United may be waiting to sign Matic before we let Fellaini go, but we also may keep Fellaini. We may not let him go. They may have agreed terms with him in case he leaves, but he might not leave. So I wouldn't get excited as to say it's a done deal. Fellaini has left because he hasn't done yet. And I think it'd be jumping the gun to say that. Although the Turkish reports are pretty sure that he is going to be a Galatasaray player. So it wouldn't obviously surprise me. Did I see Inter Milan's own goal, says Manny Plays? I did. Was it Kondogbia who banged it in from like 50 yards? Yeah, I seen that. Outrageous own goal that was, mate. We've got around 250 likes, so thank you for hitting that like button. And of course, let's see if we can get it to 400. We've got over 800 people in here now as well. Almost 1,000 in the house. Thank you everybody for getting involved in Adam McKola TV today. We are of course talking Marouane Fellaini, and if he's about to leave Manchester United and set off to Turkey to join Galatasaray, could it happen? Could Fellaini finally be off? Could he? I know a lot of you guys have been saying you want to see Fellaini gone and all this, that and the other, but could it finally have been the case right now that he is gone? Turkish press are pretty sure, although nothing has been confirmed just yet. United we are. I'm not going to be in Dublin, mate, unfortunately. My first game of the season that I'll be at will be the West Ham game. The first game of the Premier League campaign. What an own goal, says Gaffer. Yes, it was an absolutely mad own goal. Rooney's right testicle says, I kind of liked Fella now. You never know what you got until it's gone, eh? But I think us losing Marouane Fellaini, losing Wayne Rooney, if we lost Ashley Young, for example, I think we'd be starting to get rid of some of the dead wood that some have said we've got at the club. I think we need to move forward as a squad. We need to freshen it up. We've got this great amount of youth players coming through at the moment. The younger kind of talents, the 25s and belows. We need a few players over 25 that are experienced, can handle themselves, and can help the team pull through when maybe that youth and that potential doesn't do it. And Jose's targeting guys like Matic and Perisic to fill those roles. And of course, we hope he gets in his targets this summer. But I think if we are allowing Fellaini to leave, then I think that shows that we have got a few signings up our sleeve. We have got a few signings in the bag. And of course, United are ready to move on. But I don't have this disrespect for Fellaini that some do have rather. But if he does go, I won't be upset. And I think it just means United are, of course, moving forward. I'm going to answer some of your questions now. Messiah says, take my clothes off. I won't be doing that. Anna, thank you for the comment. James Solent says, bye Sanchez, Bale and Kant. You've been playing Football Manager again, mate. Dinon, how you doing? Why aren't we looking at Matuidi, he says. Apparently he's going to Juventus, mate, which would probably explain it. Them getting Matuidi means United can get Matic. I want the tree to stay and still sign one player and Renato Sanchez to United, says Elliot. Craig Featherby says Bakayoko is a shit Fellaini. United Life Forever says Ashley Young. Oh shit, the comment moved too quick. What do I think of Fabinho, says Bilal. I like Fabinho. I think he's a talented player. Do we need him? Will I be upset if we don't get him? No, I won't. But he's a talented player, and if we do get him, I think he'd be a fantastic signing. He can provide cover at right back, central defensive midfield. And if we do let go of someone like Fellaini, we're losing numbers in midfield. And to bring someone like that in would be quality. Ashar says, do I ever get sick of some idiots in the comments? Mate, it's YouTube. You're always going to get idiots in the comments. It is YouTube. You have idiots on YouTube, so you're always going to get idiots in the comments. It's just a natural thing. You have idiots in real life. Anything on Bale? Tom, the latest on Bale is he's staying at Real Madrid. That's been the reports in Spain, that he's not going anywhere. Manny Plays says, would I create a gaming channel? Shall I tell you something, guys? Shall I tell you something? I have created a gaming channel. It's going to get kicked off real soon, and I haven't created it on my own. So I've got a team with me, and my team is strong, trust me. And we've got a gaming channel coming very, very soon. It's called Love This Game, and it's coming soon. So keep it locked for that. We'll start advertising it in the next 4 weeks. Mr. Killers, thank you for the comment. Mark, I love you, but less of the Mayweather slander. I've already told you about this, mate. You're going to get blocked soon. Fabinho or Matic, says Mark. I'd go with Matic because I think Fabinho is the better player, before any of you ask. But I think if we sign Matic, he's more experienced in the Premier League. Jose knows him. He's older as well. We need to bring up the age a little bit with some players. And I think if we sign Matic, it means that the likes of Pereira, the likes of Timothy Fosu, Mensah can come through. Signing Fabinho can play right back and central defensive midfield. Do you know who else can play right back and central defensive midfield? Timothy Fosu, Mensah. So if you sign Fabinho, whilst it'd be great this season, I think in the long term it has a negative effect on the players that we have got. Whereas I think Matic coming in is exactly what we need. Someone to steady the ship. Someone with that experience of the Premier League. Someone who's won the Premier League, knows the Premier League. We've lost a lot of players like that. And you think we've got Michael Carrick who's aging. If you look at the other ones that have won the league, De Gea, Smalling, Jones, Valencia, Young. Who else has won the league in the squad? Not many. So you look at that squad and you think, we've got to bring some experience in there. We've got to get the age up of some of the players in some of the positions. And I think Matic would do that fantastically well. Just subscribe, says Mason. Welcome to Adam McKola TV, mate. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you are watching right now, then please do hit that subscribe button. It doesn't take you long. And of course, it helps me out. Figo says, is a title challenge a must this season? I don't think we're strong enough, to be honest. I think we'll have a strong enough squad to challenge for the league title. I genuinely do. I think Jose Mourinho is building a squad here that can compete. If we get the likes of Matic and Perisic, I'll be more confident. But when you look at the team, we'll have improvements from the likes of Pogba, Herrera, Mickey, Mata, Marshall, Rashford. We all expect them to improve and add more goals, add more assists. We've added Lukaku. Bailly's going to get better. Lindelof has been added. He needs to improve the defence. But, you know, we've got a team there that can hopefully grow into a side that can win the league. I think we'll challenge this league this season. Whether we win it or not, you know, remains to be seen. But we do need to make a signing or two more. I agree in that aspect. Yorkshire Red says, get Smalling out? Don't say that. Arvinder, I will hunt you down, mate, if you do that. Can I see your scarf? We have never seen it. There it is. You can see it. What do you mean? Can I see it? That's the whole scarf. That's what it looks like. Mobile Monkey says, didn't people say we will win the league last season? I said we'd challenge for the league last season and I was wrong. Some may say I'm being a proper optimist, but I think Jose's record speaks for itself. I think he's been a fantastic manager and I think this summer he will get what he wants and he'll have United ready for next season. If we don't challenge for the league, then there's only Jose to blame for that. How are you, James? Thank you for joining us. I'm doing well, mate. It's 3:30 a.m. in India here. Got insomnia, says Asha. Thank you for sticking with us. Royce says, you can't win a league with kids. Wait, United done it years ago. Love that, mate. Brad, regardless of negative, positive, sometimes I will be negative. Most of the time I will be positive. Most of the time I'll try and be realistic. look, what I'm saying here is Fellaini may leave, and it may be the right decision for United. But I'm not gonna get on his case and start hating him. That's not what I'm gonna do. At the end of the day, because he's done some good things for Man United as well, and he's worked hard here. So if he does leave, I'm not gonna hate him. But then we've also got to look at the rumours. Where are they coming from? They're coming from Turkey. Are they true? Maybe he has agreed terms with them, but that doesn't mean a fee has been agreed with Manchester United. Now the British press say they think an offer of 10 million has been made. If that's been made and United don't accept it, then it's not happening. If United do accept it, because we know we've got the likes of Matic coming in, then it makes sense for everybody. Both Fellaini, who's going to get first team football in a team that will be challenging for the league over there and potentially getting Champions League football. Man United will be able to move on, hopefully with better players in his position. But you have to be respectful, because he's always been respectful. You know what I mean? You have to be. Namiyar says, thoughts on Perisic? He did us up today. I seen his goal. It was a nice goal as well. It was funny though, because I saw people that had previously been tweeting that they didn't want Perisic, and then they started tweeting about, oh, that's exactly what we need. We should sign Perisic right now. Why haven't we signed? And it's like, you lot are so fucking fickle. It took one pre-season goal for you to think, oh, we need to sign this guy. You couldn't just trust Jose Mourinho's judgment. Fuck's sake. Korean British is right, you know. He is right. A lot of people have seen it. Anyway, guys, that has been it for today's MUFC transfer talk. It was a spontaneous one. I am back tomorrow. We'll have transfer talk. We'll have the preview of the United vs Vålerenga game. We'll have the reaction to the United vs Vålerenga game. So make sure you join us here on McKola TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment and share as well. We're trying to hit 40,000 subscribers by the beginning of the season. So hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that like button right now. And get your comments in on Marouane Fellaini. The Turkish reports are that he's agreed a 5-year deal at Galatasaray, and he's set to join them in a £10 million deal. But the British press are saying United have received an offer but haven't done anything yet. So that's where it stands at the moment. Is it a case that Manchester United are waiting for this Matic deal to be done? Once the Matic deal is done, we will give Fellaini his blessing to leave. That could be the case. So let's wait and see. Maybe next week we'll have Matic, fingers crossed. But until then, guys, till tomorrow when I'll be covering the game and, of course, covering the transfers, I'll be back. For now, though, I've been McKola. I'm out of here.